We have a Clunk, Leon, and a Raylan against a Vinny, Froggy, and another Raylan, as I saw.
And actually, this is the team that I normally see fielded by SnF.
Now we see Diablo open with Explosion and Boots. Very strong for this map because it's very easy to get the ganks off.
It is, especially with the bounce pad in the center there.
Looks like he might be trying to rush up his bite money though. Yep, as you can see, he's basing when he has 135. Telltale of buying a bite upgrade.
We call that the Mike Bison here. We call it my bite money.
That's the worst. We see opening with Riff. Very interesting.
I've actually seen that in play a lot more frequently recently.
Huh. Just forgive me, I don't really see it very often. Very passive play from both teams. No real going-ins. Laraskas nearly caught in an explosion, managed to dash out of there.
Oh, not fast enough on
nice
the explosion for sure. It is becoming wildly apparent to me, Nintendo, that you are probably a few seconds ahead of me.
Right.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Nintendo will be taking care of most of the commentary here. I'll be making stupid noises in the background.
Well, don't say that I'll do that. Don't make promises I can't fulfill. We will see the Vinny going up, diving, and getting caught in a rift before having to be able to escape. A bite going off, and we see no one die, even though a good snipe does hit.
You can tell the future.
Clunk being chased. I am a clairvoyant.
He has ESPN, 24-hour TiVo.
Sure. We'll see the Clunk eating some damage. Primary explosion. The Rayleigh does get caught in it, but Diablo has to retreat. We'll see Nin go down to a good set of shots from Cuddles.
Indeed. Looks like Pyro Shark and Super Lazy Dinosaurs in general are bringing their A game this time around.
Yeah. It feels like the last match was a bit of a throw with how they're playing right now. Not sure if it was or not, but it certainly feels like it was that way. And we see an explosion popped just to do damage to the turret there.
And to clear the droids.
Oh yeah, about that.
That too.
Nah, not important. And we see an explosion go up. Good damage done to the blue team. Railing having to run away. And we will see that the solar cloud has been picked up by the blue team. And we see Juju go down to a nice explosion to a missile.
And Diablo with the laser pointer is on point, pardon the pun. Almost fully responsible now for 2 of the kills. I mean, Raylan finished off the Vinny, but the explosion in the previous matchup seemed to do a lot of work on its own. And we'll headed see back to base.
Snare. Very interesting pickup.
Probably a very necessary pickup, although maybe regen might have been a good idea this time around.
Ick being very ballsy with that much little HP. We'll see Nin get snared. A lot of damage done to him. He has to flee now. There's no way he'll be able to stay in lane like that. But we see he has picked up the health pack that was there left over by the rest of his team, and he's back in the action now, just getting up the farm. Especially with the fact he's got Solar Crab Burgers as well as the Solar Cloud now.
Okay, so he officially has the regen on cash. I was wondering if he would pick that up earlier or if he would just go straight for farm. But he's trying to be the the Vinny Live Forever build.
Again, some very not particularly aggressive play by either team. Though we do see an explosion try and go off, it misses entirely. Not quite fast enough to catch that Vinny dash. Oh, a Dendy face. Get that Dendy face out of here, this isn't Dota. We see a nice explosion jump again by Diablo.
Catching repeatedly. I mean, you would think after the first 4 now that they would realize something's going wrong when Clunk is dropping.
The fact of the matter is, though, unless they have a view of him on the mini-map, there's no way they're going to be... No way they're going to be able to predict when he's going to do it.
They can't see him coming up, but I definitely know that they see him going down. He leaves the field of battle just to bounce down and bounce back up again. Telltale signs that you have a Clunk problem.
Yeah, that can become a bit of a problem sometimes. And it looks like he might be saving up for another level of snare? No, it looks like he's going straight out again. Nope, not. Just to get some more solar and to get another level of snare, as I expected. Nin having to back off. And Diablo with a almost pointless explosion there. They saw the.
That was definitely a fail explosion.
They definitely saw that coming.
But right back to full health. That bite on the creep, just too strong. Oh, caught no one again, but did get a snare.
To a nice set of
and
balls.
A good trade there, I believe.
Mm-hmm. I didn't notice Juju go down actually. But we'll see the top tower being pushed pretty hard, especially that clunk. That clunk is going to do a lot of damage with each missile. A veritable one-man wrecking crew.
And down to half health on that turret.
Mm-hmm. We'll see a smoke screen popped by the Vin. And Diablo is waiting just for an opportunity to gank people now. Juju gets caught in a rift, but no damage is done to her. Him, it.
We don't know anymore. It's happening.
Them. Diablo having to run away with only 3 bars of HP. Very low for any Naut. Yep.
Oh,
having the
we
creep
bit greedy.
stolen
Might
from
want to
him.
back out there. He does.
Juju eats a snipe for her troubles after placing a rift in front of the turret. We'll see Diablo still trying to get his HP up, just with those bites on top of those critters. And we will see a explosion go up, but it doesn't land on anybody, unfortunately.
But it does scare them away from the health pack and gives them some free health. Not a great trade, but it did clear the lane a bit.
It was a 10 HP gain. But we'll see Diablo get gone on here. He has to kill himself because he'd already primed the explosion.
Not exactly a great sacrifice, but... Oh, wow. Did not see that trade coming out. Pyro Shark is on point with those snipes.
Very, very good play. I know, as for it, there's not really much I can do. Except for, like, delay my commentary, which is pretty tricky.
He's from the future.
Well, I am so-and-so hours ahead of you.
That is true. And you're also, I believe, right across the street
a nice
from
explosion
Diablo.
Tried, and then goes off right up the railing's head. And we will see Diablo maybe going down here. Never chasing around by the froggy. He gets the bite and actually manages to back out.
Bite snare, saving the day again. Maybe this time we'll see him pick up some regeneration?
He picks up Magical Pump.
Oh, he doesn't have regeneration at all.
No, none.
So a very bite-heavy build.
Build. Yes.
Build.
Build. Ha ha. You said something wrong.
I figure at this point, if you're streaming Awesome Nuts, thanks to Slow Wolf and crew, you have to mispronounce everything you can.
I will see that the Leon has actually picked up slow on his sword. Very, very strong, especially in conjunction with the clunk.
Definitely not fast enough, though, with the tongue there.
Nearly hits the Vinny, but he actually manages to back out. And now Diablo in a very bad situation. The froggy hits him with a dash.
Missed the bite. Oh, up top, Pyro Shark is doing work.
As per usual, I just hit my knee on my desk.
That sounds like all sorts of fun.
Great time. We'll see the Vinny dash the railing. Diablo not able to land the explosion and has to back off.
Been doing a lot of that recently, that's for sure.
Picking a bike there.
Oh, Icky goes down.
Diablo's still very low on health. Picks up the health pack, but it's still only half of his bar. We see a nice snipe going on. Pyro Shark, as you said, on point with those snipes. But again, both Pyro Shark and Diablo have to stay behind that turret.
Vinny just has so much explosive damage early on, and there's really not much you can do against it.
Correct, but we'll see, as we see on the leaderboards right now, the teams are relatively well balanced except for on their pushes. The bottom turret for the red team is very low on health. But we'll see Clunk priming the explosion. Getting ready to go down. But then goes down to a Vinny spike dive.
Boom! That was a double dash there between Vinny and Froggy. Really effective.
Very, very mobile team. A lot of long-range burst. And a very solid disable in form of the splash dash. A great team composition. It's a great team play by SnF. And with the Clunk down, we might end up seeing a top tower going down.
Well, not quite. They managed to hold it off, it appears.
But again, that turret's living on borrowed time. We will see a Clunk priming explosion, getting the Vinny caught in the blast.
Kaboom!
The turret. And now Diablo might actually end up going down here. Unless he manages to juke out the way. He misses the bite. He misses the... Oh, wow. I just lost
and the snipe gets him, but that was probably a worthwhile trade there.
Very good play by the upper railer. Getting plenty of kills and getting enough farm.
Hopefully she has Monkey Paw on this occasion. Just eating up the kills here.
Yeah, some great, solid plays by both teams, but we'll see that the red team's turret has indeed gone down in that, as a byproduct of that fight. And we'll see that Diablo has picked up a second level of medical pump.
He just wants to be a big meaty Clunk.
But with no regen, he's very vulnerable to pokes and still.
Indeed.
And there's an awful lot of poke on that team. We will see that snipe actually hitting the Vinny there. Not sure how.
Was there range on it?
No, it didn't seem to me that he actually had the angle there. But we'll see red team's bottom tower on a single bar right now. Diablo's still trying to get his max HP higher. A very passive play still by both teams. No one really wanting to go in on them.
Just too much burst on both sides.
Diablo actually manages to land a snipe on the traveling railing. Not a snipe, a bite. And another bite goes down. You'll see explosion on the Vinny, and Vinny goes down. We might even see the railing go down here. Nope, railing just too mobile.
Not enough.
And, yeah.
But far more even on the towers than I expected. We hadn't seen the lower blue tower's health in a while there.
Yeah, very low. So they've been doing a great job of keeping that thing pushed. And with an explosion by Clunk, we will see that turret go down. Where were tower denies when you need them? I should go back to Dota now, shouldn't I?
I have no idea what you're talking about anymore. What is a Dota?
You'll learn later.
Isn't that Isn't
Diablo
Dota from that weird European dance song? Boom! Bringing the pain is that Clunk.
Very much so. An awful lot of HP on that Clunk, but still very vulnerable to getting caught in rifts and getting sniped. A huge hitbox, which kind of counteracts the huge HP bar. If he had an easier time avoiding the damage, we'll see Cheese going down on the red team, taking down that turret. Just using the explosion to take down that turret.
Keeping turrets pushed.
And we'll see that the red team has actually pushed out harder than the blue team, but if one of SNF want to go down there and just poke that turret, I'm pretty sure it's going to fall over very soon. Just a bunch of farm going on right now. The SLD just roaming around as a free. We'll see an initiation by Diablo onto the railing.
Kaboom!
And
Did we get
a
a
very
snipe?
nice follow-up by Pyroshark. Primes that snipe, and just the right position there. Some great
beautiful
positioning by
stuff.
Pyroshark.
Beautiful teamwork. Clunk's sitting on quite a bit of cash now. What do you think he goes for next? Maybe the full missile loadout?
I'd expect maybe some damage on explosion perhaps. The entire team, the entire enemy team is very squishy to a lot of burst.
That is true.
So the missiles won't really do much else but zoning, and the zoning is just kind of effective by just Clunk's presence at the moment.
Not to mention they're not having too many issues pushing.
No, their pushing power is fine. There's no problems there. As I expected, as I say though, I'm probably expecting Power Converter to help to give Clunk that much needed regen, or maybe even some.
Ooh, and he needs to
explosions.
make an escape soon.
And we'll see.
But Nin was not able to.
No, Nin managed to get killed again. And as I think maybe, yep, both levels of Power Converter, giving him that much needed regen and more max HP.
He wants to be the biggest Clunk.
At this rate, he's going to be easily the biggest Clunk. That's everything he needs to have the HP bar or the turret.
I think currently his HP bar is actually larger than all of Blue's combined.
Perhaps that. And we'll see the fact that Power Converter is picked up. If you stack up the Power Converter, they actually, as far as I can remember, do stack up the amount of regen you have.
Yes. And I believe it's currently doing 50 in 10 seconds.
Oh,
but that might not be enough in that sort of rift.
Ow!
Ow!
Unfortunate position to be stuck in there.
Clunk and Rift, not a great combination.
Nothing you could have done in that situation.
Down 2 members. Will they get the push they need now?
Maybe we'll definitely see the bottom turret go down there, and maybe the top turret will definitely taking a lot of damage there. See, the short amount of time that they had available on the turret, it's already gone down an awful lot of HP, and this means that Diablo actually has to stack up his HP again from medical pump, which is I think at least 4 bites. 2 turrets to 2, and we'll see that SNF getting caught out of position here. Diablo getting a nice explosion off, but does not is any others to follow up. Pyro Shark, unfortunately for SNF, doesn't actually manage to get the pick off there.
And Diablo with the laser pointer looks to be already back at his max HP.
Very, very difficult for him to be taken down unless he gets caught in a rift again. But if he does get caught in a rift, that is definitely fatal for him. Just stacking up the Power Converter stacks as well could become a problem. Though we do see a nice bite go off on the blinded, go off by the Clunk line is blinded.
And the push on the top tower begins anew.
Yep.
Definitely some fatal damage coming in there.
Diablo takes a lot of damage, half of his HP bar, but the fact he's a Clunk, he's able to tank that. Most of the Nauts will just die in that situation.
And unfortunately missed the explosion as well. Oh,
yep,
back in the rift. But we could have a dead Vinny. Good night.
See,
oh, and a trade there.
Kill. But we might see...
and it looks like Pyro Shark might be down as well. Yes, indeed. So a 2-2 trade there. And a hard hat is picked up. Trying to make that explosion just a tad bit more safe.
If he does get the all the solo from the drop down, he might be able to pick up a second level of the hard hat as well. And as I am right, 145 is the price, as far as I remember. Correct.
Now he'll explode for free.
Yep. But yes, as the chat is actually stating there is no damage on the explosion. Very little damage there. The explosion becoming less and less important in the team fight. Though we'll be able to see Diablo maybe catch the entire team out of position. He might be caught out of position himself, and as we can see, he gets stunned, he gets dived on, he does eat a lot of tornado damage, and he won't be able to get out of that situation.
Ooh. Too much too soon.
He shouldn't have approached from that angle. He maybe should have just stayed at bottom lane. Teleported and then used the jump pack to get into the fight quicker. And we'll see both the towers being pressured quite a lot here by droids and by the two people just applying pressure to the top tower. Only one person on each tower for the red team right here. As we can see, both of the towers have taken an awful lot of damage now.
That they
The
have.
with the offensive rift trying to block his movement, Diablo just sneaks past though. And just on his way to clear the droid waves and... Oh! We see an initiation by the blue team here. But Diablo just has just enough regen to survive, and Nin goes down because it gets snared in front of the tower.
But the appearance of the invisible cloud does change things in the dynamics a lot.
Yep, this allows the SNF the initiation power that they need, because other than that, the only way they can actually approach the Clunk and Raylin is under the cloud of invisibility or through a splash dash. And the splash dash is needed to disable these specific people when they are trying to either get away or when they're trying to prime their attacks. And as you can see here, trying to apply some pressure to the bottom tower, only one droid sneaks past and some decent damage gets done to the turret, but not for very long. SNF now going very manly on Diablo right here. He takes
pushing him back into the damage. Great move.
And it looks like Diablo is just going to bite the solo boss for some extra health. That'll be an 80 HP heal, I think. It's 25, isn't it?
Yeah, so 25 per stage, so the entire 50 plus to bite. And down goes Icky. Ike? Icky? Don't know anymore. All I know is that was painful.
And we will see that the Vinny manages to get out of the bite explosion again, just with enough HP now. And even now, that it's even now more than ever, the very low damage on that explosion is just being shown.
Indeed, the explosion damage is necessary at this point. That turret's not going to make it through the day.
No, or the night, or the evening. At the moment, there's not much hope, really. The red team will have to bring out some really interesting players right now to bring this back. But I would not count them out right now. Because it's still anybody's game.
Makes me question whether or not he should have gone for the pushing build earlier on.
No.
It looked so
Honestly,
rosy early on, that's for sure.
I just think he did more damage. His power just did not scale very well. And this is here lies the problem with Clunk. He just doesn't scale very quickly. He needs to get up his damage very quickly, otherwise his explosion just kind of teeters off.
Especially when Vinny's flying around doing 104 or 107 damage.
Yep. Diablo just kind of milling around, not really knowing what to do, which way to take.
And Pyro Shark goes down because of it. The indecision
We'll
isn't
see
helping.
Diablo initiating at the wrong time, no one else to help him. Some damage goes on to Juju, but nothing else.
Thankfully not getting caught in that rift, though.
Yeah, if he gets caught in that rift, we see him finally pick up damage on an explosion. Maybe too little too late, we'll just have to see. We'll see an explosion go off on the Juju. The Juju, yes. And we'll see the Leon pull him into
even through
range,
the rift,
managed to get the kill.
not a single fuck was given.
Unfortunately, the Vinny completely outclasses Clunk in this the damage stage now.
And that is a dead turret. And herein lies the flaw with the lack of regeneration, I think.
Needing access to the bite and his in-base healing is kind of gimped. Diablo being very careful with the checking for people who are invisible. And we'll see that the explosion only hits droids.
Well, at least it hit something this time.
Not the best SLD I've ever done, but... No, we'll see again another failed explosion there. Very strange.
Some weird explosion strategies here. Especially late game. And especially with blue droids barreling down Red's drill here.
Yeah, you can see they're approaching right now. Maybe they just didn't notice them. Or maybe they're just going to leave them there. We'll see the invisibility cloud just go down. Clunk gets caught in a very bad situation. He's an awful lot of damage. He might, but the blue team actually has to back off. Except for now, Ning gets the pick off. And then goes invisible to flee. Strong play by SNF. But
Definitely.
Pyro Shark managed to pick off the blue team's railing.
And Vinny definitely not flying around with a ton of health after that explosion.
That is the truth. But as we can see now, the blue team's late game is just shining right now. The Raylan and the Vinny is doing so much damage.
Indeed. And Diablo
now,
far away from really any good upgrades, currency-wise right now.
Now Diablo's just got to get his HP back up. We'll see that he nearly wasted the explosion, but actually managed to chase down the Vinny at the last part of it.
Just enough of it, but here comes Vinny for the double strike
Ooh.
again. And that could have been curtains. Oh, but Vinny gets caught up!
Vinny nearly goes down, and we might actually see a follow-up here. The clunk. The Juju manages to kill
not the
him
follow-up
quickly.
hoped for.
No. Seems that SNF just wanted their Vinny to survive that long. And we'll see a nice explosion, but just counteracted by the fact that there's a huge shield.
And that is
Nin
GG,
just
ladies
takes
and
down
gents.
the clunk. That is definitely GG, unless the Rayleigh manages to...
No chance
bring
there.
out
Too
some
much
special
damage
stuff.
too quickly.
Yep.
And that is the result, ladies and gentlemen. Goodbye, Super Laser Dinosaurs. It has been fun, but they are knocked entirely out of the tournament with that loser's bracket loss.
We hardly knew thee. It's a sad loss, but the better team won. Just some solid plays over all around by both teams, but just SNF managed to bring it out of the hat. Diablo with some questionable explosions. And as Ike says, goodbye Summernauts, goodbye SLD.
We'll miss you, SLD. Until next time. And thank you again to Brentendo for casting this one with me. We will be signing off here in just a few seconds. There are no current matches set up, but if there are any coming, they will be coming this Friday. Stay tuned to twitter.com/Summernauts. Brentendo, say bye-bye.
No. I want to stay with them a little bit longer.
You can't do that. The engine's running. We have to leave now.
Oh, but... okay.